Lesson: Regulatory Considerations for Initial Coin Offerings, ICOs. The landscape of initial coin offerings presents a complex and dynamic regulatory environment that professionals must navigate with precision and understanding. ICOs are a method of fundraising used by cryptocurrency and blockchain companies, allowing them to raise capital by issuing tokens to investors. These tokens can represent various assets or utilities within the issuing company's ecosystem. Regulatory considerations for ICOs are critical as they ensure compliance with legal requirements, protect investors, and enhance the legitimacy of the blockchain industry. This lesson provides actionable insights and frameworks to help professionals manage these regulatory challenges effectively. The primary consideration in the regulatory framework for ICOs is determining the classification of the token being offered. Tokens can broadly be categorized into utility tokens and security tokens. Utility tokens provide access to a product or service, whereas security tokens represent ownership in an asset and are often subject to securities regulations. The Howey Test, established in the U.S. Supreme Court case SEC v. W.J. Howey Co., is a framework used to determine whether a transaction qualifies as an investment contract and therefore a security. According to the Howey Test, a transaction is considered a security if it involves an investment of money in a common enterprise with an expectation of profit derived from the efforts of others. Applying the Howey Test is critical for blockchain professionals, as failure to comply with securities regulations can result in significant legal and financial repercussions. A practical tool for navigating token classification is the Token Classification Framework, developed by the Blockchain Research Institute. This framework provides a structured approach to analyze the characteristics of a token, assessing its purpose, functionality, and distribution model. By using this framework, professionals can systematically determine whether a token is likely to be classified as a utility or security, thereby facilitating compliance with relevant regulations. For instance, the Swiss Financial Market Supervisory Authority has adopted a similar approach, categorizing tokens into payment, utility, and asset tokens, each with distinct regulatory requirements. Understanding these classifications allows professionals to align their ICOs with the appropriate regulatory guidelines. Another critical aspect of regulatory compliance for ICOs is the anti-money laundering and know your customer requirements. These regulations are designed to prevent illicit activities such as money laundering and terrorist financing. Implementing robust AML/KYC procedures is essential for ICOs to ensure that they are conducted transparently and lawfully. The Financial Action Task Force provides guidelines that can serve as a practical tool for blockchain professionals. These guidelines recommend measures such as customer due diligence, ongoing monitoring of transactions, and reporting suspicious activities. By integrating these measures into their ICO processes, professionals can mitigate the risk of regulatory violations and enhance the credibility of their offerings. A case study exemplifying the importance of AML/KYC compliance is the 2017 ICO of Tezos, which raised $232 million. The project faced legal challenges due to inadequate KYC procedures, highlighting the necessity of adhering to regulatory standards. This example underscores the potential consequences of regulatory non-compliance and illustrates the need for comprehensive AML/KYC frameworks in ICOs. Data protection and privacy regulations, such as the European Union's General Data Protection Regulation, also play a significant role in ICOs. These regulations govern the collection, processing, and storage of personal data, requiring ICOs to implement measures to protect investors' privacy. A practical approach to ensuring GDPR compliance is conducting a data protection impact assessment. This assessment helps identify potential risks to personal data and outlines strategies to mitigate these risks. By conducting a DPIA, blockchain professionals can ensure that their ICO processes align with data protection laws, thereby safeguarding investor information and maintaining regulatory compliance. Furthermore, the cross-border nature of ICOs introduces additional regulatory challenges, as they may be subject to the laws of multiple jurisdictions. Navigating these challenges requires a strategic approach to international compliance. One effective framework is the International Compliance Framework. which involves mapping out the regulatory landscape of each jurisdiction where the ICO will be conducted and identifying commonalities and differences in legal requirements. By leveraging this framework, professionals can develop a comprehensive compliance strategy that addresses the regulatory nuances of each jurisdiction, ensuring a smooth and legally compliant ICO process. A real-world example of the complexities of cross-border ICO regulation is the Telegram Open Network ICO, which raised $1.7 billion. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission intervened, claiming that Telegram had conducted an unregistered securities offering. This case highlights the importance of understanding and complying with the regulatory requirements of each jurisdiction involved in an ICO. Professionals can learn from this example by proactively engaging with legal experts and regulatory authorities in relevant jurisdictions to ensure compliance. To enhance proficiency in navigating regulatory considerations for ICOs, blockchain professionals should adopt a proactive approach to regulatory engagement. This involves establishing open lines of communication with regulatory authorities, participating in industry forums, and staying informed about regulatory developments. Engaging with regulators can provide valuable insights into their expectations and concerns, allowing professionals to tailor their ICO processes accordingly. Additionally, industry forums offer opportunities to share best practices and learn from the experiences of other professionals, fostering a collaborative approach to regulatory compliance.